You still can't see me?
Mm-mm. But I mean, if everybody else can, that's fine. But now I get a chance to experience what you sometimes would experience. So
That should be aggy. It'd be so annoying because I be wanting to like interject, but I don't want to cut you off. But you know how the Instagram is definitely on one tonight. Houdini.
right.
Live going in and out. Okay, so um are we clear on both ends? Can you guys hear me and can you hear Bestie? Can we get a thumbs up in the comments to make sure that we are good to go before I get into the introduction? Okay, we got a one I can hear now. Can we get a two? Two, nine, I can three.
We were right here. We were right here.
Okay, because you're looking at me, but I know you can't see me, but you're like looking directly at me. Okay, Soraya can
Right.
see us and she can hear us. So let's keep it pushing. If it's
All
your
right.
first time here, welcome. If not, welcome back. I'm Ashley Anye, an intuitive alchemist and energy reader. And I'm just here to help y'all heal. And we're healing with humor because laughter is always the best medicine. Talk to these people, B.
I am B. I am a goon. And as she stated, we are here to help you heal. So whatever that may be. And so tonight, um, it may be in a message for you in the dream space telling you what you need to heal and how you can heal. So I can't wait to dive in and see what these planets are doing because yeah, it's been quite interesting. And I did see a few of the comments about I think somebody had said that like they just been like really weird, and I thought I saw a comment about they they're almost like lifelike, like it's real life, like you actually thinking that it's happening, and then you wake up like, oh, that was a dream. Yeah, all of that, all
They
the
feel like
things.
and it might even feel like you guys are astral projecting because it feels like you're not even dreaming, like you're physically, like your mind, body, and spirit is actually in motion in the dream. And that has a lot to do with what's going on in the solar system. And we're going to tap into all of that. So just be mindful of what you're dreaming and be intentional about what you're thinking about prior to laying down because that has an effect on what you're dreaming, trying to tell you. Dreams are trying to tell you, reveal to you. So, do you want to start with the conversations or pull some cards first?
Let's start with the conversations tonight. I think we should
Okay.
start off with the conversations. And actually, I will go ahead and say this, like definitely put some comments in the chat for us so we can kind of see like what everybody is dreaming or so we can see how you're relating. And I really want to surround the cards tonight based off of what people are saying that they're dreaming about, like if you care to share. But I am going to get like a collective, okay, why are we having these dreams? What are you trying to tell us? So I am going to have that, but feel free to drop like a question that you may have about your dream in the chat.
I love that idea. And it's so necessary, especially now, because a lot of people think that it's a coincidence that people are having these vivid dreams. It's not. Everything can be
Right.
linked back to the planetary shifts, the asteroids, the comets, uh, um, retrograde. You know, everything can be linked back to a planet and what's going on with that particular planet. And I just want to be clear again to everyone, especially our faithful listeners and watchers, that we did decode hidden messages in dreams in episode 41. And we did speak about astral projection in episode 42. But this particular episode, episode 54, is why your dreams are getting weird and how the planetary placements have an effect on that. So
Mm-hmm.
just so you guys know, just, repeating and regurgitating several episodes, each one is distinctly
Yes.
different. So tonight we're going to be deep diving into why your dreams are getting weird based on the planetary shifts. Okay?
Mhm.
Me either, Soraya. I can't remember half of them either, and it's so frustrating. So I'm going to be
Yes.
more intentional about having a notepad next to my bed because I have been having the crazy. I realize I've been having the craziest
Ooh.
dreams. It's horrible that I can't remember them because I know it's spirit trying to tell me something because I keep seeing this particular animal too, then I'll see a number. So I know all of these signs and synchronicities are trying to tell me something, which I just got my questions answered today when I did my own personal card pull. But had I not pulled them cards, I would have been like, what is going on? Why do I keep seeing that? Why do I keep seeing these numbers? So of course, in hindsight, I wish I would have pulled cards sooner, but now I know why I've been having these crazy dreams. So please be intentional about writing your dreams down because during this shift, this planetary shift, spirit is going to be revealing a lot of things to you guys. And I just get chill bumps and the hair in the back of my neck just stood up because it's so it's so real. Like, what's happening now is real. So guys, please pay attention.
Mhm.
And if you're okay with jumping into it, I guess I'll just go ahead and start. That's
Yes. I pulled you up. I
the
pulled us up on the computer so I can kind of see.
yeah, I was like, how did creative energy join when he's on right now? No, but you joined from the healing room tarot, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, no worries. Okay, so what is happening in the solar system now? So as you guys know tonight, we're diving into which planets are in retrograde, what energies they bringing out, bring them out,
Okay.
and the current moon placement and how you can work with these shifts instead of feeling overwhelmed or feeling confused. So let's get into it. So what's happening in the solar system now? So to understand your dreams, to understand why your dreams are more intense than usual, we have to look at the planetary transits and look at what planets are in retrograde now, currently in play. So right now we have several key planets in retrograde, meaning their energy is turned inward. So it appears like they're moving backwards, but they're not. They're just slowing down. And a lot of people get that confused. When planets are in retrograde, they're not going backwards. They're just slowing down. They're literally taking their time. That's Saturn energy. They're taking their damn time, and when they're ready to shift, they will shift. Okay,
Okay.
so keep that in mind. They're not moving backwards. They're just slowing down. Okay, and while they're slowing down, these planets that are shifting is affecting our subconscious. It's affecting our emotions and even past life energy. Because you guys have to remember, this is not your first rodeo. You guys have been here before. This is not your first time on Atlantis. This is not your first time on soil. You guys have been here. If you ain't new to this, you true to this. Okay, which is why you go some places and you have deja vu. You're like, what do I feel like I've been here? What do I feel like I've walked these streets before? This is why you have soul connections to people. And when you meet someone that you've never met before, you're instantly connected because you probably lived in a previous lifetime. So always remember that. Like, this is not your first rodeo. You've done this before. And this is why you can meet someone and be like this because your soul recognizes yourself and so on and so forth. So what planets are in retrograde and how do they influence what's going on now with our energy? So Mercury is in retrograde in the sign of Virgo, which is affecting our communication, our reflection, and the past. So Mercury is a planet of communication. It's how we communicate, how we express ourselves, how we get our point across. Um, and so when it's in retrograde in Virgo, which controls over details and health in our daily routine, um, this can cause like mental fog and communication breakdowns and things of the like, and even our daily routines, like our daily routines can be like messed up. We can feel like we're out of balance and we're out of whack and we just feel thrown off. And Virgo does not like to feel like they're being Roanoke. If you know anything about Virgo,
Yeah,
they want to make sure that they cross their T's, dot their I's,
got
they have
every eye.
direction, they know exactly what time they be here. Like, they don't like being thrown off. So if you are a Virgo right now, you may be feeling like, why am I not on the clock? Or why am I not on my square? It's throwing me off because I got my alarm set, I got my checklist, I checked it twice. What's going on? It's retrograde. Nothing to do with you. It's retrograde. And you may even be having dreams of past relationships, unresolved issues, or even you might be receiving downloads about things that you need to fix in your life. I know I have been receiving heavy downloads, heavy downloads about things that I need to just eradicate and things that I do not need to revisit, revamp, rehash. So spirit has been coming down on me heavy. So what do you need to do? So Ryan, you need to write down your dreams, girl, because I know you said that you have been forgetting them or you can't remember. This has helped me, girlfriend, like writing down my dreams or having like a little on my bed, the old fashioned recorders we used to have in the 90s, so you can record what's going on, so that when you wake up, you can remember. Because I have the habit of thinking, oh, I remember because this dream was so vivid. It was so interesting. It was so detailed. I always forget. And the minute I wake up, I'm like, what the hell happened? Where am I? Like, I be forgetting that I'm even like literally inside my body, a spiritual being having a human experience. So I have been intentional about having a dream journal this I've been writing everything down. So that when you receive these downloads about your relationships, about your about life, you can have them handy. You need to go back and revisit them, see what spirit wants you to know. All right? And these dreams. And also when you're having these dreams, look for patterns, look for signs of synchronicity, look for things that align with what you were thinking about prior to you laying down.
Mhm.
Because nothing is a coincidence from this point on. Everybody within the sound of my voice, this moment on, nothing is a coincidence. Whatever you see, whatever you hear, whatever you feel is tied to an emotion, is tied to something that you need to know in that very moment. So make sure you guys are listening to your intuition. It's your gut. Sometimes we do as humans listen to our heart, but we have to be head above heart at this point. We have to listen to our gut. And that's the feeling that you get when something is not right, even if you feel like your heart is telling you to do the opposite. Um, and I just want to join these comments, Bessie, or just again.
I can. I was reading some of the comments. Is it normal to always remember your dream? So yes and no, because a lot of people will say that you can't remember your dreams because of like stress factors that's happening in your life, or it's like some people who are not into spirituality will say, "Oh, well, you only dream during like the last few hours that you're asleep, and so technically your mind is doing some things and you're waking up." However, we also know that dreams can show us visions of things to come. They show us, like as she was stating, like yes, depends on what is happening um, right before we went to sleep. So, say if like you're watching TV and then you have a dream about what you were seeing on TV, you're remembering what happened because maybe that's what stood out. But I have had experiences where I was watching something delightful, like, I don't know, like, I'll even say something like Fern Gully. If you know what that is, you know what that is. But it was a cartoon about, saving the earth. But then I would have a dream about the Terminator coming to chase me down the street, and I'm like, "Wait, that was not a part of the dream, like, what's happening?" So, but we have to break down if you can remember your dream, you have to break down all the aspects of what was in that dream. And then, there are instances where I can't remember the dream because it's like you said, like, as soon as I wake up, I'm like, "What was that dream?" And I just feel it here. It's like I actually start to feel the essence of the dream, meaning I can't remember what it is, but I have often took that as my spirit needed a lesson so that it could teach me or it could grab a hold of the lesson that I was missing. That's how I've always, conceptualized that because then that's when I will have a spiritual growth or something. But what I do find interesting is because I did look up, what are the spiritual reasons why we can't remember a dream, and some of the things that showed up was if it's a spiritual growth, and it says, "As you progress on your spiritual journey, your consciousness expands and your dreams may become more vivid and complex," which is true because if you're in it's like that growth spurt era. I it's the squeaky little boy who was talking like this, right? And then he went through puberty, and then now he's talking like this, and it's like, "Yo, like, where'd you come from?" And so, like, his mind and everybody else's mind has to conceptualize this change that took place. Um, for the record, I can only do that because I've been having some nasal stuff happening. Y'all know my voice is not this so but, but that's basically what is happening is, like, as your mind is expanding, you're starting to experience a few things that normally you would not have experienced. And then it says the next thing is energy shift, which I mean I was getting ready to say, Bestie, when you said that we were in, Mercury retrograde in Virgo, and I said, "Oh, well, that explains it all right there." Because our communication because dreams is our spiritual way of communicating to us. And if it's disrupting defining details, that is exactly why we cannot remember certain details of the dream, because it's being disrupted. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing, it just means it's being disrupted. But it also means that our spirit needed the lesson so that the lesson can come here. Because there's this saying that I mean, and this is why Ashley and I talk about, making sure you clean your heart space, because whatever is in this heart space, it's gonna come out on the outside. It's gonna come out by your actions, what you're saying, how you present yourself to the earth, and to the world, universe, those things come out. And so if it's in our dream space, those things eventually have to come out. And then that's when we have that, oh, this is what I dreamed about. This is why I had this dream. I couldn't remember the dream the night afterwards, but now I'm remembering it as I'm living through it. And I hope that makes sense because it weirded me out the first time I had those experiences. The next thing it said the subconscious mind, it plays a critical role in dream recall. So, and that kind of goes along with what type of stresses are in your life that is impacting the way you can remember your dreams. Like, what's going on in your everyday life that's putting on extra stress? I mean, again, that's why spirit wants us to be aligned and wants us to meditate and stay grounded because grounding is meditation. Um, because all of the outside factors can play a huge, um, or can make a huge presence and statement in our spiritual lives. And then lastly, unconscious processing. It says dreams can serve as a window to our subconscious, providing insights into our deepest thoughts, fears, desires, and experiences. And again, Bessie also said that. And so those things that weigh heavy on our mind that we don't want to address, they're going to come out in our dream space. And so that's spirit's way of saying, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and say it. And for example, I had a friend and I had a dream about him and talking about, I was like, oh, um, I need to talk to him about taking some vitamin C and stuff as this cold weather because I haven't really seen him taking anything. And, he has a lot of things that he wanna do at the time, and you can't afford to be sick if this is your goal. And so when I woke up, I let him know, I was like, "Yeah, I have really had this dream," like, it was so lifelike that I actually thought I had the conversation with him. And when I woke up, I said, "Did I actually have this conversation or no?" So when I asked him about it, he was like, "No, we haven't talked at all today." So I was like, "Okay, just making sure." And I'm gonna go back because I did see, let me see, yes, because sometimes I really don't wanna remember because I will either think about the dream all day, and sometimes it's multiple different dreams one night, and it's kind of hard to think. Oh my goodness. Those Rolodex dreams that just come out of nowhere, that yeah, I had that the night before last. So, and this especially one of the things that I want to talk to Spirit about, for the collective, because I wanted to see who else was having that. Even to the point where the dream from last night, I woke up, I usually meditate in the morning. I went into meditation and could not come out of meditation. And because I could not come out of meditation, that let me know that in some instances, the dream space and the meditation space is the same space. So I wanted to say that. It let me know that there is this very thin line between those spaces because for me to just shift the way that I shifted, and let's say, some people do say that they fall asleep while meditating. But in my meditative state, I know when I've fallen asleep, and I know when I'm still here or present. I was still here and went into a whole dream state. So that lets me know that our dreams really are messages. They are signs that we, whether or not we can remember them or not, they're messages for us. They're lessons for us. And yes, sometimes they can be just nightmares, and that's, that whatever that dark space is, whatever that nightmare is, that spirit's way of saying there is a fear here, there is this thing that you don't wish to address because again, it plays in our subconscious, and that subconscious space are typically things that we don't wanna talk about. Typically, those conversations, those hard conversations that we don't wanna have, and spirit is like, "No, I need you to have them. I need you to address these things to get out of your heart." Um, ooh, okay, so I did start pulling from the cards. The first thing that came out is the Justice in reverse. So, but what I'm hearing is that this is happening because we've been a lot of us have been in this state of things are not happening fast enough. Because we have the Eight of Wands here in reverse. And if we feel like that things are moving too slowly, so our subconscious minds are thinking, overly thinking, "Okay, why hasn't this happened yet? What's going on?" And since we're talking about retrograde and the slowing down of planets, it's like, "Oh my goodness." It's like you see the finish line and all you can see are obstacles. And spirit is in this, well, I'm not gonna say spirit is in this space, but spirit wants us to get into the place of not seeing the obstacles, but steady seeing the finish line. Going ahead and saying, "Okay, so I may be running, I'll say 23 miles per hour, but to me, it feels like I'm running in slow motion." And there's something that we have to notice. Like Bestie said, we are still in motion. It's just slow. So, and a lot of us, and me and Bestie have had conversations about, certain things that we want to happen, but we feel like it's taking its time. So I feel like the collective is also having that, and Spirit is like, this is why we're having these uh, dreams that we can't remember because they're dreams to help push us. I will say, a few days ago, I had a dream. I promise, I said, Spirit, I didn't talk to you. I need to hurry up. I need to hurry up. Like, you have the capacity to speed these things up. Like, what's happening? And I kid you not, I could not remember the dream, but I remember the theme of the dream. The theme of the dream said, stop trying to push on, stop trying to push past the lesson. Just be patient. And I was like, I can't even argue with that. Because if we get something too fast, there's something in the patience, there's something in the waiting that we need to see, that we need to understand, that we need to grasp. And if we grab it too quickly, we will miss it. We will miss the overall message. And so for some of us, again, we're not remembering these dreams because Spirit is like, I'm going to give you a glance of what's coming. I'm going to give you a glance of the instructions so that you know that it's coming. It's on the way. It's happening for you. But I don't want you to be so consumed with the end product that you don't look at the space that you're in right now and miss what I'm trying to teach you. And that is clarified by the magician in reverse. You don't wanna miss your manifestation because you miss the lesson of it all. We go through things in life anyway to teach us things so that we may teach other people. But if we continue to pray, "Oh, I never wanna go through anything in life," and we never go through anything in life, what can we teach the people that are going through those things? What can we tell somebody if we've never had that experience? What if your family, nobody has experienced loss? And think about it. I think I said lost. Excuse me, loss. Um, so somebody is grieving and they're expressing to you that they're grieving, but your family's never experienced a loss. So to you, you're just like, okay. And the person's now looking at you like, are you cold? Did you not understand that I just said that I had a loss, I had a death in my family, that somebody just transitioned to the other side of life, and you can't fathom that because you never experienced that. This is that same type of energy. Spirit is saying, "I want you to experience this for something in the future. I need you to get the lesson. I want you to be patient. This is why we have the retrogrades. This is I know you're tired of repeating cycles. The only way you're not gonna repeat a cycle is to learn the lesson." And and then we have the 9 of Wands in reverse. 9 of Wands. That's that carefree, "Oh, I have nothing more. I don't," it's like that do. At least that's the energy that I'm getting. Let me put it that way. It's that energy of, like, no, uh, I just don't wanna see the lesson, and let me see what's at the bottom of the deck. 2 of Pentacles in reverse. It's that energy of, I don't wanna make a decision. I don't wanna do the things that I'm supposed to do, and therefore, we miss out. We miss out. I wanna get besides that, Spirit, what is the other message that you want the collective to understand about the dream sleep? Why are we having multiple dreams? Let's talk about that. Why are some of us having multiple dreams? in one night.
What while you're doing that, bestie, let me say something to you guys because the usual app that I use to track the planetary placements was out. So I have a bootleg one. Currently, we're in the shadowing phase of Mercury retrograde, and it is not the sign of Virgo. Okay, so I do apologize. Like my phone is overheating, so I don't know. Have to go off and come back on because my lips aren't matching my words. So let me know if you guys can still hear my voice. But we're in the shadow period, and so the retrograde for Mercury is going to affect March 15th. So it is we're still feeling the effects of it in retrospect, but it's not quite hitting us as hard as it would in retrograde. And when it does go into retrograde, it's going to go into the sign of Aries and Pisces. So this is the reason why we're feeling the effect of dreams, of intuition being
Mhm.
heightened at this time. So I just want to clarify that just to make sure that the wrong information is not being put out there because the app that I usually use was down. So I went to another match. Okay. Yeah, my phone was overheating, so I had to turn the light off. That's why I and I saw that the dates were matching up with what I had on my notes, and I said, "Whoa, I got to make sure I put up information." So just to clarify, in the beginning, I did say that we are currently in retrograde. We are not. We're in the shadow phase, which takes place 3 weeks prior to retrograde, and when it does hit, it's going to hit in the sign of Pisces. This is the reason why you guys are having these heightened. Okay, this is
Ooh,
when the shadow phase. Go ahead, best, because I what I had to say after that like gonna matter because it's inaccurate information. So continue.
okay, okay. So for for those of us, those of you who have the multiple dreams, it goes back to it's basically the same message. The first card though is the King of Wands in reverse. It's we're in this energy of you're the king, but you're not making the necessary movements. So spirit's like, I have to give you a double dose. Like, okay, I'm gonna give you this dream, and I'm gonna give you this dream because I need you to. It's something that we're not doing. Um, and so for me, I have to understand what am I not doing that spirit's asking me to do, right? Um, yes, I can be a bad I can be a I don't wanna say a bad, but, uh, a rebellious child, right? And it's not that I'm intentionally doing it, but it may be something that I'm missing, and so spirit is like, "Hey, I need to get your attention." So let me if I give you a double dose and you wake up like, "Whoa, what was that?" Then I'm forced to now go within and say, "Spirit, what's going on?" Oh, wow, okay. Spirit, don't let me forget that thought. Spirit just dropped in a thought that I can share with the collective. The next card that came out is the Knight of Wands. Now, if you had the chance to watch my spiritual partners report, you will know that this card came out. And this card came out, and it's because there's something that spirit wants us to grab a hold onto, and spirit wants us to work with that thing and move forward. Because a night is about it's like that moving forward towards a certain goal. The knights are there to protect the kingdom, right? The knights are there to do the scouting, sometimes in the war, to give you the necessary information. And since this is a wands card, this is information and protecting yourself from for a movement that you're supposed to be doing. And if you can see this card, the knight is observing the action, observing what needs to be done, right? And so, because we're in the king and we're not moving, spirit is saying, I'm giving you these dreams because I need you to observe what you're not doing. Those bits and pieces is being downloaded into our spiritual version of ourselves. because we don't believe that we have the strength to keep going, to keep pushing in something that spirit is trying to bring us to. And so when we feel like we're not strong enough to do it, it's we kind of shut ourselves down. And the reason why we're feeling that way is because the Eight of Wands in reverse is here again, because things are not moving fast enough for us, for our and I blame society. I am going to blame society. We are in the society where when we want something, we want it now. That's why we have the next day option in in purchasing things, right? Because we want it now. We have a certain timeline. We can't go out to get it. We go to DoorDash, right? Or if we don't feel like cooking, we go to a fast food restaurant. The spirit is saying, slow down. Um, so I would say, okay, I can go. I can say share this. Now. So there was a moment and I said something is happening in the spiritual realm that I can't see. So I made myself meditate in my space and I did see a figure. I did see that there was something disrupting my space. And when I noticed it, it jumped down to try to attack me. But as soon as it tried to attack me, it was like it was on a bungee cord and it was thrown back out, right? But I would have never noticed it had I not gone with it. Had I not said, let me try to pay attention to what's going on, right? And so, and I shared that because now I know what I need to pray for or pray against. Now I know how to protect myself because now I'm seeing that the image was like literally in the air above me. So it wasn't on ground level. So I had to pay attention to what was happening. And ironically, a friend was there in the dream space, in the vision space, and saw it and ran. So I said, okay, that lets me know that people around me will not see it. They will feel something and not understand what it is and go the opposite way instead of trying to help me because they don't know how to help. So I have to help myself. So spirit is saying you have to help yourself. It's clarified by this Seven of Wands in reverse. Seven of Wands is usually that protective energy. And so it feels it's in that space of saying we feel like, okay, spirits, we can do a reverse reading. Hold on. So we feel like we're not protected when spirit is saying, actually, you are. And although this the Three of Swords in this particular deck is saying, I'm actually liberated from what I thought was causing us mental stress. I'm actually liberated from what I thought was holding me back. It gives me the Two of Swords energy, that illusion of something happening, but it's not really happening. I think I said Eight of Swords, uh, Eight of Swords. And that Eight of Swords energy is like we believe, for some, it's like you see a figure tied to a chair in some of them. And it's like, but really, when the person comes to, it's like nothing's tying, holding you back. Like it's all in your mind. And so Spirit is saying, I need you to understand that it's the illusion. And and Bestie, I actually said this, I think several phone calls ago, and I said it reminds me of last year or at the beginning of the year when I talked about how things will start to look hazy, like it's going to be cloudy, it's going to be smoky, it's going to be misty, whatever. But we have to keep going, even in not understanding, because when we get to the other side, when we get to what's waiting for us, it's like we persevere to get to it. We work to get to it, and it's going to be an awesome and amazing blessing. And that's what I'm getting here is that even though it looks hard, it's really nothing. These are our dream states. We're talking about our dream state. I this topic is not by chance that we're having it. We're talking about planets going into retrograde, but dream space at the same time.
Mhm.
And I do want to say something because I know some people will say, but things can happen in the dream space that can affect us physically. That is true. But when it comes to our progress, Spirit is saying, I need you to understand that I'm trying to show you what you're not doing, that you can do it, so that you can correct it. It's it's not the thing. You're actually not bound, but I'm going to show you that you actually believe that you're bound. And if I can show you that you believe that, but it's not true, I'm going to now change your mindset. I'm going to now change the way you speak about your situation, whatever your situation is. I'm now going to change how you think about that situation because it's not what you think it is. It's a figment of your imagination. And when I can show you and help you understand that, then oh, I put it up. Then you're gonna become that magician in the upright. Then you can understand, oh, that's just my that's oh yeah, that's just a distraction. So now let me manifest this thing for real. And when you start to manifest the thing for real, you start to move, talk, think different.
Definitely. And again, I just want to apologize to you guys because I feel horrible that I started off the conversation with that information that's inaccurate. So just to bam, again, we are in the foreshadowing phases of Mercury retrograde in the sign of Aries and Pisces. And I'm so glad you took over the conversation because I literally froze. I don't know if I could tell her that. I was like literally freezing in my seat because I'm just like all the information that I have, all the rhetoric that I have is going to be basically not helpful to watchers because it's inaccurate. So thank you for saving the night as per usual with the card. And just to give you guys a heads up, Venus will go into retrograde March 1st, which is coming up in the sign of Aries and Pisces. So be on the lookout for that. I think someone's looking for your IG. You want to put it in the comments?
Yes, I can.
So be on the lookout for that. Um, you guys will feel a shake up in your relationships. Because we just rules love, relationships, everything beauty wise. So you will feel a shake up in your relationships. You can feel like the spirit is urging you to take action because Aries is ruled by Mars. So that is the planet of action. So you may feel like you need to take action in your relationship and always pay attention to your dreams, guys, especially during that time. Any and everything that spirit wants you to know is going to be revealed to you in your dreams. Now, I did have something I wanted to read to you guys that is that does relate to tonight's conversation, regardless if the planetary placements were off. I know I had a couple of questions on how you can connect to your dreams. Have clarity once you wake up. So before you go to bed, I spoke about this in previous episodes, but just to reiterate, before you go to bed, call on your higher self so that you're in direct connection with your higher self, your 5D self. Remember, we're in 3D. This is 3D. Earth is 3D. Your higher self is 5D. So you're going to call on the power city that surrounds your 5D, and you're going to ask for a clear interpretation of what you need to know, what your dreams are going to show you so that you understand what's going to be revealed to you while you're dreaming. Okay, because it's important to connect your conscious with your subconscious so that the two are on the same wavelength. Because remember, your subconscious are things that are not conscious to you. remember, things that have happened in the past, things that you don't even probably think about on a daily basis, but they're still there. They're still in your memory bank. So you need to essentially connect to your subconscious, your conscious, conscious, so that you know exactly what's going on and what's being revealed to you and what's being showing. So I wanted to just get that message out, and be specific about what you're asking to be revealed to you. Don't just say, just show me anything. Make sure you're asking, show me this
Yes.
person's true intentions. So show me what I need to do in order to get to X, Y, Z. So make sure you're being very intentional and cleansing your energy. I had to do that
Yes.
today. I had to cleanse my energy. I had to pretty
Espe-
much just shake off any residuals of anyone that I didn't want on me anymore. Because I tend to attract energy vampires, and they don't even know it. They're just being themselves, basically. So I had to cleanse my energy so that when I go to bed, I don't subconsciously take on what they're going through. And then really quickly, um, some stones you guys can get to help with your clarity and to help protect yourself. Remember this, without saying that's what kind of chakra energy is for. Today when I did my read this morning, if you caught it, I had a huge amethyst that I got off of um, black tourmaline. That is good for night for clarity, protection, force. That huge black tourmaline in front of my door. And I have one next to my mirror because mirrors are portals. So I one in front of my mirror just to make sure it ain't no spirits trying to see through at night. Um, and again, just pay attention to numbers, signs, and synchronicities. Example, snakes, because that signifies transformation. Bridges, that means you're getting ready to um, transition into another phase of your life. Water always deals with emotions. So if you're drinking water, that means you're either not into your emotions, or you need to step back and look at how you're interpreting things and how you're reacting to things. So okay, just so you guys know what's going on when you guys are dreaming, take note. Take note of everything that you guys are dreaming, so you guys have a clear interpretation of what's being shown to you. Now we have reached that time of night
Yes.
where we put tarot to the test.
Yes.
We open up the floor for you guys to ask any and everything under the sun. So if we have any brave hearts out there, please do write your comments in the comment, write your question in the comments to ask me. And a lot of my questions I didn't have to clock in. So
Wow.
a great night. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
yes.
Thank you for
Thank
joining
you.
us.
And I'm glad
Thank
we
you
were
for
able to
joining us.
help.
Yeah, and we save every live, so you can come back and rewatch and download, share. So we'll upload the live, and you'll be able to come back and watch what you missed at the end if you're not going to stay to the end. But thank you so much for staying as long as you did.
Yes. Yes.
We really appreciate it. So yes, if you have anything, it's okay. Like I said, we're gonna close the live. It's okay. Listen, you say
Oh,
this
yes.
because, and
Yeah.
we do this every Tuesday. This place,
Yes.
11. So come back next week. Yeah, again, if you guys have any questions, relationship wise, work wise, personal growth, anything, now is your time to ask. Thank you, Ash.
Thank you, Ash.
Stop asking. Always be on it. You
Yes.
don't get to put that comment.
Okay. And
I get it.
and I
She
do
be on it.
and I did say as well that for those of you who feel like you may be getting attacked in your sleep, another thing, you put something with salt underneath your bed. and that helps create like a barrier over you. Um, but that's if you feel like you're really being attacked. But yes, Ashley, thank you for sharing about getting those energies off of you because that can also affect your dream space. So I found myself often saying I call back my energy from those from those that I had given, that sapped my energy or that I may have given it to without knowing and making sure I call it back to me. I need that for me. So
Yeah,
yes.
and be intentional about putting it back to your energy
Mhm.
and do not let anyone harness it, especially if they're not harness it for your highest good or for your all that energy back because people will take it and they will dilute it and they will flip it and they will try to make use of it. And you need your energy. You can't pour from an empty cup.
You
So
cannot.
you need every drop of your energy you need to make sure that you call your energy back to you. And just to build off of what you said about the salt, if you feel like you need extra protection, get you some black salt. Get you some black salt and
Yes,
put that on the outline of your door so that anybody that steps through it, they don't even understand they have ill intentions. They won't leave on those same intentions. Like you are literally cleansing out people that don't even know that they have these things to them. Some black salt, because that'll definitely do the trick. Regular salt does it too. If you feel like you just need that extra protection, use some black salt. All right. And thank you guys for being on as long as you did. Y'all some like some ride or
some
dies.
troopers,
Like
okay?
we love y'all. We love y'all because y'all always be on. We know it's late. You know, y'all got to clock in tomorrow. Like y'all fellow um watching. They have to go into work. We love y'all. As long as you did.
Yes.
We greatly appreciate y'all. We do this because we probably be on so late. We know it's late, but we don't care because we know y'all do some medicine. Okay,
Yes. Yes.
you want to chill with us, you might as well build with us.
Hey,
So
okay. We're gonna have to come up with a name for our viewers or something like that. I don't know. I'm sitting up here
I
thinking.
was thinking that. What can we call them?
I don't know.
We'll think about that.
Yeah.
We'll brainstorm on that. Ask, do you have any ideas? You are so busy with the words. What can we call our cards and conversation viewers? Let us know in the comments because we want to call you guys something, get hearing, something from your
Yeah.
heart.
Exactly.
So, what you have. And if we don't have anyone who wants to ask any questions, yeah, that was all I had in my notes. Everything else I have is just inaccurate information, and that's something else I'm speaking on. Why you guys are trying to figure out if you can ask questions or not. Make sure you are going to reputable websites. I just happened to stumble upon this website. I was like, you know what? My main ish is not operating, so let me just check out this one. I'll never do that again. Like, just
Right.
if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So just don't mess with nothing that you know is for sure accurate. Because it's not gonna work. Just threw a whole monkey wrench in my whole script. And luckily, Bestie came to say today as always. And just so you know, this is not like this.
She been drinking. She
I
been drinking.
for those of you that for those of you that don't know, I actually don't drink. I don't drink alcohol. Never been a drinker. I have taken a sip, but I don't drink alcohol. So cuties, oh, Ashley, call you. You know you cute, so I have to remind you every Tuesday at 11. You know you cute. I know a cutie patootie.
I just
Okay, so
I
after
just
that,
don't I just don't feel like our male watchers would want to be called a cutie. So I mean, if you're watching this afterwards, please let us know. Um,
like me talk to you. I thought men like me talk to you.
I mean, we
Men that are still on, do you like me talk to you? Drop
mean, I
This is
mean,
my
cute is one
Tia.
thing, but cuties, I don't know. I don't know. I think of it as I think about the little cuties, like like the tangerine
That's what I
thing.
said, and it could be cute too.
Listen,
So
now y'all know I know that.
as they said,
You
it's
see,
too
you see,
feminine.
you see that this is like our normal thing. So if you're still watching, this is our normal thing. This is how we normally interact. Okay,
So
okay.
Ashley and Virgo,
Right, right, right.
Ashley and Virgo coming out.
Like it's plural.
Your Virgo's coming out.
Okay.
I
We'll
said,
we'll have to poll it. How about that? We'll poll it.
we'll poll it. If we can't create a poll, we'll have people like if you guys have any, just send it to us and we'll figure out what you guys want to be called. Because I can totally agree with you. Think it be called too, but I think we can come up with other options. One, which one is the best? So we're wrapping up early tonight, so this is good. I mean, usually we kind of go into 1 o'clock, so we're wrapping up early tonight. So if no one has any questions, we'll go ahead and just wrap up. Go ahead and call it a night. What did you say? Bestie, what is that? What are you saying?
I changed it around. I said, well, maybe I said, well, people have questions, so maybe if we call it cues, but we spelled it different. I don't know for questions,
Oh my
cards, and
God. I don't think you
conversations.
had a typo. I'm like, like if nasty, you just didn't spell it correctly. You're meant to do that. I cannot.
I don't know, and I was just like, I don't. I was,
We had two books because I vote for cuties as well. So we have two votes for cuties. We'll create a poll though, Ash. Don't worry. I'm gonna come up with some
you
other
can,
names.
you can,
You guys,
yes,
so we'll come up with some other names. If no one else has a question, we'll go ahead and in the we appreciate everyone who was on, who interacted. The energy was astronomical, excellent, all by. So thank you guys for staying on. You did. So again, we every Tuesday, same time, same every episode on both of Intriguing Discussion. Love
yes.
y'all. Later.
Later. Also, if you're watching the video on
Later.
YouTube, let us know some ideas that you have. Let us know. We can put it out because you'll be part of the club as well. And again, I have not put it up, so um, you can follow my Instagram here. All right. Have a good day.